Talking about a revolution sounds. Don't you know? Talking about a revolution, it sounds like a whisper. While they're standing in the welfare lines, crying the doorsteps of those armies of salvation, wasting time in the unemployment lines, sitting around waiting for a promotion. Don't you know? Talking about a revolution sounds. Who are people gonna rise up, get their share? Who are people gonna rise up, take what's theirs? Don't you know you better run, 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 run. Oh, I said you better run, 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 run. 'Cause finally the tables are starting to turn. 'Cause finally the tables are starting to turn. 'Cause finally the tables are starting to turn. 'Cause finally the tables are starting to turn.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is Monday, the 22nd day of September. The year is 2014, and if you can hear the sound of my voice, then you are the revolution. My name is Smokin Mekhael, and this is the revolutionary nightly news, smashing through the lies of the New World Order, Illuminati government, bringing you truth, peace, love, and freedom. I am especially energized, electrified, excited today because I've received a lot of support. People writing to me and saying, man, thank you for saying what you're saying. Thank you for going out there and having the guts to put this message out there, even though I might not have the particular guts to do it right now. Thank you. And I tell you what, that has fortified me. Your messages of support have edified me. They have made me stronger. And I feel more determined than ever to lead the fight against the evil people who run the world and who seek to control us 100%. On top of all the wonderful support that I've received a lot of people criticizing, a lot of people bashing what I'm doing. But that's fine. I remember one comment I got in a YouTube video was, get a haircut and put a shirt on, you grub. I'm coming out here and I'm giving my in-depth analysis on the worldwide conspiracy to poison and destroy the human race. I'm doing my best to cogently, eloquently put forward this information about what's happening in reality, so you can try and research it for yourself and you can try and defend yourself and your family. So for someone to say, put a shirt on and get a haircut and call me a grub, that really actually made me laugh. And if you make any kind of stupid comments and you don't want to actively participate in the discussion, you just want to be an idiot, I'm just going to delete them. It's a waste of my time and your voice. If you're just going to insult me, I'm not going to have any of it. But here's the thing, I'll show you an article now out of 21stcenturywire.com, and the headline is, New Studies, Conspiracy Theorists Say While Government Dupes Are Crazy and Hostile. Haven't you found this? If you're a part of the truth movement, you try and present information to people and they get offended, they get angry, they get riled up like you're personally attacking them. To quote Morpheus from the Matrix, these people are so dependent upon the system that they will actually defend it when the system is sucking the life force out of them. These 4 different university studies listed below reveal a lot about the psychology of official story gatekeepers and how irrational and emotionally unstable they become when challenged with an alternative view. Recent studies by psychologists and social scientists in the US and UK suggest that, contrary to mainstream media stereotypes, those labelled conspiracy theorists appear to be saner than those who accept the official versions of contested events. The most recent study was published on the 8th of July by psychologists Michael J. Ward and Karen M. Douglas of the University of Kent entitled What About Building 7? A social psychological study of online discussion of 9/11 conspiracy theories. The study compared conspiracists, or pro-conspiracy theory, and conventionalist, anti-conspiracy comments at news websites. The authors were surprised to discover that it is now more conventional to leave so-called conspiracist comments than conventionalist ones. Of the 2,174 comments collected, 1,459 were coded as conspiracist and 715 as conventionalist. In other words, among people who comment on news articles, those who disbelieve government accounts of such events, such as 9/11 and the JFK assassination, outnumber believers by more than 2 to 1. That means it is the pro-conspiracy commenters who are expressing what is now the conventional wisdom, while the anti-conspiracy commenters are becoming a small, beleaguered minority. Perhaps because their supposedly mainstream views no longer represent the majority, the anti-conspiracy commenters often displayed anger and hostility. The research showed that people who favoured the official account of 9/11 were generally more hostile when trying to persuade their rivals. And I'm sure you've seen this time and time again. But be strengthened by this article, because this means that we are winning. We're on the march. The empire is on the run. People that I know in the truth movement, what they want is truth. They want love. They want people to understand what's really going on. People on the government side of things, they are buying into fear and propaganda. That's why when they try and insult you for spreading the truth, you should hold your head up high, stick your chest out, put your shoulders back and say, the revolution is here. Because eventually they're going to come around to our side as well. Even the police, even the military, no one is going to escape the global plan for domination that is being enacted right now by the New World Order. And the more brazen they become in their attempts to control the world, the more obvious their lies become, and the more people will come over to the side of truth and freedom and liberty. Our numbers are swelling by the day. They are on the ropes. Take this opportunity to tell your friends about the revolution, because this is reality right here, right now. People lining up all day to buy a gadget, an iPhone that spies on you, sends your data to the security agencies and the government. That's not what life is really all about. Life is really about seeing reality. And I want to call on all of the men out there. Where are the men out there? What a man does is he stands up and he assesses the world. He has a basic, fundamental understanding of how the world operates and how tribal systems operate so that he can effectively defend his family. All of the men have been distracted by football and other ridiculous distractions, sitcoms where every idiot male character can't even tie his shoelaces together. I call on the men out there to stand up and defend the innocents who are being killed, who are being tortured, who are being slaughtered all over the world. Where are the real men? Where are the real women? Won't you stand together with me and fight for freedom? I know you will. Here's more evidence that the US is arming Al-Qaeda, that what the government is talking about is a real conspiracy. Rand Paul from Infowars.com. 600 tons of weapons given to Syrian rebels last year made ISIS stronger. We gave 600 tons of weapons to the Syrian rebels in 2013 alone. When you measure artillery, weaponry by the tonnage, you know that's a lot of bullets and bombs. And here it is absolutely in plain view, in the public arena, in the public domain, how the US funds both sides of this war to continue perpetual warfare and to charge you for it and to control you more and to take away your freedoms at home. People aren't going to stand for that any longer. No more. No more children are going to be killed in my name. An interesting article from WillieLoman.wordpress.com. ISIS drives Texas-made Toyota trucks, apparently modified for US Special Forces. Isn't it? Here we go. You can see the trucks here. With special modifications, machine gun mounts, double cab models, TRD package, brush guards. Isn't it strange that ISIS just happens to be pictured along with a convoy of Toyota trucks that at least appear to be modified in the exact same way Special Forces has them outfitted before shipping them from the factory in Texas? When you combine this latest discovery with the fact that ISIS has 1. US military small arms, 2. US military Humvees, 3. US military artillery, 4. US citizens running their online social media campaigns, 5. John McCain met with destabilization campaign terrorists in Syria, including someone from the newly formed ISIS in March of 2013. What conclusion would a reasonable person come to? Well, that conclusion is that the United States government has and is funding, arming, and training ISIS, the people who they say they are their enemies. And this has continued, arming both sides of the conflict so they can continue selling weapons, they continue having the world in a state of fear, and they can continue warfare forever. But no, oh no, oh no. You, in the New World Order, you won't be able to stand it when we have a collective mass of enough people who are going to stand up and fight against you. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when freedom is coming for you? And all of this propaganda with the recent terror raids, Australian troops going to Iraq, all of this nonsense, of course, weak-minded, stupid, tribalistic people who have had their compassion shut off through propaganda. They are people like you and I, but they have been brainwashed and they have been brain damaged by this incessant media telling them that Muslims are the enemy, when the truth is that the government is the enemy of free people all over the world. Of course, stupid, weak people are going to buy straight into it. Same way with the Cronulla riots. And this article from the couriermail.com.au shows how in Queensland, Muslim women targeted amid terrorism hysteria. Despite pleas for calm from the Queensland Premier and senior police, Muslims, particularly women, have been targeted in a series of hate attacks. The Sunday Mail can reveal Muslim women are being singled out, including one victim who had coffee thrown in her face while she was stopped at traffic lights south of Brisbane. I'm sure you know your friends, and I have friends, excuse me, who are saying, oh, these Muslims, they deserve to die. But understand that the government is trying to get you to hate people so you can support war. So you can support having more laws in this country to take away freedoms that you have had for years. Understand that. Rise above. Don't allow yourself to be pulled down to the level of hatred. I want you to ascend to the vibration of love. Once we reach love, we'll be able to spread love. And the power of love will be irresistible. Don't allow yourself to become a victim to the government's hate campaign. Again from RT, US Senate gives Obama authority to arm moderate rebels. From journal-neo.org, is the CIA's ISIS cult already collapsing in Iraq? Since the early 1950s, when the CIA station chief in Munich became aware of the effective use of radical jihadist Sunni Muslims from the Soviet Union by Gerhard von Mendes' wartime Ostministerium, US intelligence has sought to use the fanaticism of radical Islamists to its advantage. In my latest book, I call it America's Heiliger Krieg, the alliance of nominally Christian American forces with nominally Muslim Salafists to kill and destroy was justified with a peculiar American brand of self-appointed holy mission. In reality, the alliance between CIA and radical Islam was never holy. The events surrounding ISIS demonstrate. So they want you to keep funding this war. Don't you realize that the few hundred troops who just went over to Iraq from Australia They're being funded with your tax dollars. If you pay taxes to this criminal government, then you are funding the murder of children, and you are funding the murder of people all over the world. And this will continue. I know how difficult it is not to pay taxes because the government has a monopoly on violence. That's how you should know that governments are truly immoral by the very definition, and why anarchy, a system of no rulers, no masters, no governments, is the way for us to move forward. For example, if somebody off the street walked into your house and said, you have to give me a certain percentage of your income every week, and if you don't give it to me, I'm going to lock you up in a dungeon. Of course, that would be immoral and that would be illegal. But the government takes a massive percentage of our money every single day and uses it to kill people all over the world, and we allow this to go on. I'm asking you to wake up from the matrix. Take the red pill. Take the action needed to wake your friends up from this corrupt system, because we only have a short period of time to wake up before it is too late. Going back, I already mentioned this article a few days ago, but you are paying for this war. That's why there is such incessant, flagrant, hatred-inspiring propaganda against the Muslims on the TV, because they need you to hate them. They need to dehumanize the Muslims, so you have such hatred that you're happy to pay for this. Tony Abbott, military action against ISIS will cost $500 million a year. $500 million a year. Do you know what that could be used for? That could be used for a whole lot. But they want you to pay for war. They want you to pay for death. How else are they paying that besides your taxes? Well, they're going to increase fines. They're going to increase regulations. They're going to increase stealing money straight out of your pocket. Friends of mine were in the city, Sydney CBD yesterday, and there was a police crackdown on people jaywalking, handing out $69 fines. So you can't walk down the street. The government has to give you fines for walking incorrectly, but they are not accountable when they kill millions, when they put sodium fluoride in the water. I'm just here to show you the door. You're the one who has to walk through it, to quote Morpheus once again. I am doing my best to point out information that people are going to understand. And I'm doing my best to connect the dots so that people can see. My main point is that we are facing a global network of governments whose stated goal it is to absolutely destroy humanity and to keep the people who survive that destruction in a total police state. But that's not going to happen, not while there is breath still in my body. Here is how they are getting you to pay for these wars. Crackdown on pedestrians helps slash city crash rate, from the Sydney Morning Herald. Police fined 770 pedestrians for jaywalking and cautioned 7,000 people in Sydney CBD for dangerous or unsafe behaviour in the first year of a road safety campaign that reduces crashes by 30%. They kill people, they drop bombs on people, and then fine you for walking across the street because it's dangerous. What type of dystopian science fiction movie are we living in? This is no movie, ladies and gentlemen. This is reality. So don't waste your time playing little games on your iPhone. Don't waste your time watching television or movies. This is the most exciting story you could ever hope to be a part of. And you are the protagonist. You are the hero. You are the one who can change the world for the better. Join me. Together, we will crush the New World Order. You surfers out there. Oh, you can't walk across the street without getting fined. Now they want to tax you for surfing at the beach. From the Australian.com.au. Pay wave plan as Gold Coast tackles surf rage. Ooh, surf rage. Surfers could be charged a fee to hit the waves on the Gold Coast and be fined for breaking rules under a new City Council surf management plan. I want you to see where all of this is heading. You out there, I want you to connect the dots and see how they are taxing every single aspect of our lives, reducing our freedom and causing death and destruction across the planet. Stand up and fight against it. Another article. from greenleft.org.au. Now, I'm not a greenie, and I am definitely not a leftist, but they make important points in this article from September 13th. Unpaid fines destroy lives with jail time. Hundreds of Australians endure the ordeal of jail because of unpaid fines. Their poverty is a burden. Disproportionately, Aboriginal, or I should say the original people of this country. Aboriginal is a misnomer, like abnormal is not normal. Aboriginal means not original. The Indigenous people of Australia are the original inhabitants. Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people are incarcerated to pay off their fines. Ray Jackson, president of the Indigenous Social Justice Association, says this draconian practice criminalises people and destroys families and futures. Recently, unpaid fines cost the life of a 22-year-old Yamatji woman, Julika Du. Du and her boyfriend, Dion Ruffin, were arrested on August 2 and detained by Western Australia's South Hedland Police. I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, you're not going to get this perspective anywhere else, but we are facing a massive global conspiracy that is trying to squeeze the life out of us collectively. And they're going to be able to do it unless we stand up. But the fact that you are tuning into this transmission means that we are standing up. I want you to research what I've spoken about here today. I don't want you to be fearful. I don't want you to be scared. I want you to hold your head up high, knowing that the information is out there and the power is within you to change the world for the better. I know that we're going to win. I know that we will crush the new world order. And I believe and declare that freedom will prevail. Spread this message. The revolution is here. Woo! Yeah!